Overthinking, lack of focus, mind stressed with emotions ongoing all the time. You wake up and you cannot concentrate. You cannot focus on positive emotions, only about this, what can not happen or what can happen and destroy your life. This is called negative thoughts. Look, 5 minutes on a reflex ball, and suddenly your mind is razor sharp.
Why?
Because your brain gets a perfect stimulus. Look, fast movement activates the cerebellum. Yeah? Timing, precision, coordination of this ball, every hit gives a dopamine spike. Less overthinking because you are not able to do it. You need to focus on that ball all the time. So engagement and less overthinking as the prefrontal cortex quietly steps back. Yeah? It steps back, is not thinking, reconsidering, rethinking, overthinking, etc. It is focused on that small
Ball.
My name is Tom. I am the founder of Habit Code, and I spent over 20 years in negotiating commercial real estate deals, sitting across CEOs of companies like JP Morgan, Google, Amazon, Visa. And I can tell you, the biggest advantage in the room was never knowledge. It was control of the nervous system. I've seen people lose deals fully prepared because their system was under pressure. And I've seen average negotiations win just because they stayed regulated. And I've seen average negotiators win just because they stayed regulated under the pressure. If you want to understand how that works, stay with me. Habit Code. More action, less analysis. Takes only 5 minutes. So the result, energy plus focus at the same time. So when to use it? Morning, when you wake up, your nervous system is in a reset mode. Try it in the morning or before a stressful situation where you have overthinking what will happen on that meeting, on that presentation, when I talk with these people, what will happen, I am nervous. If you have these thoughts before that stressful situation, use that ball. And if not, during the day only for mental reset. It sharpens your brain when you had intellectual activity and you would like to reset that what you did before to enter a new task. Do not do that before sleep because it activates your brain. It is too activating. You will have issues with going into sleep. So morning, during the day, and before stressful situations. Look, this reflex ball is not a toy. It is a nervous system training tool. 5 minutes and it changes your entire state. So when you start hitting the ball, your brain has to operate in real time, constantly. So the cerebellum activates and responsible because the cerebellum is responsible for coordination, balance, and prediction. When it is activated, it doesn't just react. It predicts where the ball will be placed to hit. So it predicts where the ball will be placed. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex reduces the activity of thinking because you only consider with the cerebellum how to hit the ball. So the prefrontal cortex can stop over-analyzing, overthinking. It is giving the place for the cerebellum for the more automatic actions. That's why your mind feels quiet after 5 minutes of that exercise. And here is the neurochemistry behind it. Every successful hit is a micro reward to your brain. Dopamine increases, focus and motivation activates. Yeah? Noradrenaline increases as well. Alertness and reaction speed increases. And this creates a state of calm intensity. Calm intensity at once. Calm intensity at once. You're not stressed, but you're fully ready. And also, what is happening, you have two hemispheres in the brain, left and the right. Yeah? The left one is responsible for your rhythm, sequences, and control. But the right one, the right hemisphere, is responsible for spatial awareness, movement, and intuition. And by doing the hits, you control both hemispheres. They have to synchronize in real time because you have to have the rhythm, the sequences, at the same time awareness of movement and intuition how to hit the ball. So these both hemispheres are getting calibrated together. Yeah? The same way as you do in a proper meditative state. Both hemispheres linked to each other. And this improves processing speed, hand-eye coordination, and brain integration. Look, and you have a nervous system. And this nervous system, you get both activation, energy, and alertness, and control, precision, rhythm, and breathing. This teaches your body I can be activated, but not in a flight and fight mode. I can be still in control. And that's what you exactly need in stressful situations. It's not just a reflexing ball. It's not a reflex training. Yeah? Boxers use this, of course, but it's training how your brain responds to the world in stressful situations. You're building speed, presence, control under pressure, and under movement at the same time. And that transfers into real life. So it's not about how fast you hit, how hard you hit. It is about controlling your hands with the ball in a synchronistic way, in a calibrative way. It is about how fast your brain learns to stay present. And that was Habit Code. And I encourage you to create small, repeatable habits to control your nervous system, your mind, through simple training, simple exercises, and simple breath and focus methods. It's not mystical, it's biology.
It's not mystical, it's biology.
All the best. Christ King. Amen.